Good morning, students. We are continuing with our economic chapter number 15, which is economic development. In previous video, we have seen that in economy there is a three sector. First is a primary sector, second is a secondary sector, and third is a service sector. In primary sector, agriculture and agriculture related activities are included in the primary sector. Secondary sector, most of small and big industries are included in this secondary sector. This secondary sector is also known as industry sector also. Third one is a service sector, means whatever service like banking, railway, airway, waterways, these all are included in the service sector. In developing country, primary sector mostly dominating, while in developed country there is a secondary and service sector is dominating whole country. And in developed country, this secondary and service sector also including employment generation and also contributing the GDP growth. Okay, so then after we already seen the factor of production. There are four factors of production. First, land. Second, labor. Third is the capital. And fourth is the entrepreneur. So, land is the upper layer of the surface of the earth, in which include land, river, mountains, forests, etc. So, land is the natural tool for the production. Next is a labor. Labor is a living tool for the production. Okay. For what is the definition of labor? Any person who is done physical or mental work to obtain income. It is called as a labor. Third is a capital. Capital include assets, infrastructure, etc. And last one is a entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is the one who efficiently combine these three factors, land, labor and capital together. Okay, and from these three factors they generate revenue out of that. So this is called the entrepreneur. Then after we see that human wants are unlimited but resources are in a limited quantity. So then after one concept is we have already seen alternative use of resources. Simple definition of this alternative use of resources is that resources which is used in more than one way, it is called alternative use of resources. So today our next topic is the market system. Okay, first of all, countries like America and Japan have made their economic development through this market system. This market system is also known as the capitalist system. Okay, why this is called as a capitalist system? Because one or two, or you can say some powerful bureaucrats invisibly control this whole system. So it is called as a market system. In this market system, resource allocation is mostly done through the profit basis. First, resource allocation is done through the profit basis. Next, production, investment and other related activities done mostly through the main motive of this system is the profit. So that's why it is also called as the capitalist system. In this system, government, or you can say state, doesn't have any specific role in this system. So government doesn't interfere in this type of market system. Okay. Next is the competition. Competition plays a vital role in this type of system. So because of increasing the most of the production, the owner has to increase the working capacity of the labor to increase maximum production. Once again, to increase the production, owner has to increase the working capacity of the labor to obtain maximum production out of this system. So competition plays a vital role because there is a competition. So one person or individual try to some different things or different type of product at a different rate. So this is the market system. Most important is government does not interfere in this type of system, or you can say government does not have any specific role in this type of system. Lastly, because of this competition, new researches are taking place in this type of system. Okay. What are the features of the market system? First, ownership of resource of production. Ownership of resources of production is either in the hand of individual or in a private member. We have already discussed that. That's why it is also called as a capitalist system, because the production is mostly done through the profit scope. Next, profit is at the center of economic activity. Most important point, profit is at the center of economic activity. Next, consumer get good opportunity of choice. Because of the competition, we have seen that because of this competition, individual increase or products different types of things. So the consumer get good opportunities of choice. Next, government interference is not there in this type of system. Government does not have a specific role in this type of system. Distribution of resources is based on the profit. Okay, whatever the activity, administration or production, whatever the activity is done in this market system is mostly on the basis of the profit scope. Okay, so distribution of resources is based on the profit. Next, economic decisions are taken while keeping price mechanism in mind. Okay, because of the competition, one or individual has to keep price mechanism in mind to increase or obtain maximum profit. Okay, so this is the features of this market system: ownership, individual or private member. Second, profit is at the center. Third one is the consumer get good opportunity of choice. Fourth, government does not have specific role in this type of economy. Fifth, distribution of resources is mostly based on the profit scope. And last, economic decisions are taken while price mechanism keep in the mind. Okay, so what are the benefits of this type of economic system, means market system? First, economic freedom of individual is protected. Due to the competition, different type of products are available in the market with the reasonable price. So one or consumer has to choose whatever he likes, okay, with the low price level. Okay, so economic freedom, whatever money spent by the customer is mostly dependent on this type of market system because of the price mechanism. Okay, economic freedom of individual is protected. Second, resources of production are utilized to the greatest extent and efficiently. Okay, because this type of production is mostly done by the private member or individual member. So, this alternative motive is profit. So, whatever resources he purchased for the production, so his motive is to utilize to the maximum or efficiently of this type of resources to make the profit out of that. So, resources of production are utilized to the greatest extent and efficiently. Okay. Third, abundant production is done because of the competition. One has to make too much production of the particular thing which is sold as the threshold level, मीन्स जो थिंग्स की रिक्वायरमेंट ज़्यादा होगी उसका प्रोडक्शन यहाँ पे वो लोग ज़्यादा करेंगे. ओके. नेक्स्ट, न्यू एक्सप्लोरेशन कीप ऑन टेकिंग प्लेस कंटिन्यूसली इन इकोनॉमी. ओके. न्यू एक्सप्लोरेशन मीन्स न्यू रिसर्च इज आर टेकिंग प्लेस इन economy. That's why new development become faster. So, economy grows at faster level. Okay. Next, quality of things improve because of the competition. So, customer has one benefit in this type of system, that due to the competition, the things which is produced by the individual person or owner that has a very good quality of the things, and another, first, profit is very good quality of the things, and second is price is a very low, or you can say a reasonable price because of the competition. Because of this competition, suppose one has to make one shoes and his price is 2,500, another owner which is produced same shoes, so this price is 2,000, so people definitely buy this type of shoes because of this competition. So, quality of things improves because of this competition with reference to the price mechanism. And limitation, what are the limitation of this type of system? Okay, because of the profit is at the center, so commodities which is very luxurious, so luxurious commodity production is done abundantly, while the basic requirement or basic thing which is necessity of us, it is neglected or reduced because the owner or person getting more profit from this luxurious commodity. Next, lack of policy, or we have seen that state doesn't interfere in this type of system, so natural resources are wasted. Okay. Third, due to lack of knowledge and ignorance about the market, consumer are exploited because consumer doesn't know the price mechanism of the market. So, without or due to the lack of knowledge and ignorance about the market, consumer are getting exploited due to the without know the price mechanism. Next one, centralization of property and income. Very simple point, because the production or mostly activity is done by the one person or one owner. So that's why it is called the capitalist system. So centralization of property and income. That's why increase of disparity of income can be seen in this type of system. Last one is there is a fear of a monopoly, economic instability and exploitation of the labor can be seen, because we have seen that one person or owner has to increase the labor capacity to produce maximum goods and service to obtain maximum profit. Okay. So when we sum up all the things in one line, then we can say that market system, in this type of market system, one individual or owner has control market through the invisible hand. That's why it is also called as a free economy, because government doesn't interfere in this type of system.